So in the next section, I want to talk to you about anger as an emotion. Now, anger is really coming from a passive aggressive, angry person in recovery. Anger is a really high energy emotion, and that is why some of us get addicted to that emotion. If you look at the emotional vibration chart, think about emotions as each of them have a frequency. It's like a radio station that you tune into, right? And right at the top, you have enlightenment, peace, joy, reason. And then you move down, at the bottom, you have shame, guilt, apathy, grief. Now, anger sits there in the middle at 150. And I want to really change your perception of anger, because anger is a great smokescreen emotion. And I say this with a lot of love. And I say this just because I've had the opportunity to do a lot of personal work around myself to understand what sits behind my anger. And usually behind anger, you can find one of the following things: fear, inferiority, shame. Now, shame is an interesting one, and especially when you work with a financial services product. There's deep-seated shame around money. Like if you have too little money, you have shame. If you have too much money, you have shame. So usually when we work with banks and insurance companies, you have to pay attention to the language and how you phrase certain questions around money. Otherwise, that can very easily invoke shame. And then what you'll see next is anger. The anger is a very addictive emotion. It gives you a lot of energy. If you get angry, you can put it to good use. And that's usually what customers are hoping for. They get angry, they put it to good use, they scare you, they get shit done, and they get you to react. Now, there's something in our brains, and I want to share the science with you because the science is unbelievable, and you can put this to such great use. There's something in our brain called mirror neurons. And if someone comes at us with a specific emotion in a specific frequency, our brains mirror that. Brains react to that. And if we don't know this, like certain things are going to happen to us. So it's really, this is an evolutionary response. And the power of this is understanding that you can choose your vibe. You can shift this by saying, you know what, this is the emotion I want to evoke in my colleagues and my customers. This is how I'm going to show up. I want to make them laugh. I want to make them shine. I'm going to come with positivity and choose your attitude, because your likelihood then of dealing with these things coming at you is going to be so much better. The next tool I want to share with you is the 5 whys. If you're faced with someone that's really, I suggest that you actually take a piece of paper, and this might be after the fact. Take a piece of paper and ask the question why 5 times. Like, why is the customer? These customers, they just take us out. Why do they want to take them? They're just bad people. Why are they bad people? Oh, maybe they're not bad people. Maybe they've just got shit happening in their lives. Why do they have shit happening in their lives? Shit happens to people, and sometimes people are not prepared for dealing with it. Why aren't they prepared for dealing with this? Because we're never trying to properly cope, and they have stress and they have anxiety. And now you've gone from the customers are out to get me to actually understanding that life just, people are sometimes powerless. And when you feel powerless, you don't want to feel powerless. And the quickest way to shift from feeling powerless is to get angry. And that is why it's such an incredibly addictive emotion. And these 5 whys are going to really help you understand to get what's behind